What's up, guys? So back on the Lincoln. Last video you seen, we finished up the floor. It's kind of a disaster in there, but I ended up doing all the sound matting in there, and then I just tested out the air system, so that's all just loosely back there. But today we're going to be working in the trunk. Start making the trunk floor, making tank mounts. Yeah, so I got to do some more cleaning up and along in here, make that a nice clean cut. I got some nice 18 gauge sheet over there and make everything smooth. Probably gonna do, I got a trailer tub there, fatten it, send it. Charging the GoPro. We left off when I was doing some clean cutting, so I went ahead and did my clean cuts all the way around, and then I'm putting these bars in between the frame rails for structural support, and when I lay that sheet down I can do some spot welds all the way across. That way it's just, you know, structurally holds that. That's to keep everything square, so that will go away. I'm hoping that where I place this bar will be a perfect place to hang my gas tank hangers for my fuel tank, which is right there. Oh, right there. So that I ended up having to take, if you guys know anything about Lincolns, there's a plate. I'll go grab it real quick actually, so you can take a peek at it. So we got these. See the passenger side. So these plates went right in here like so. Okay, and that's what the trunk hinge assembly goes onto. So after I get all of that, all the floor in, I can go ahead and clean those up, spot weld them right in their place, and make sure everything's square, test fit the trunk, continue on. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I have to move that bag bracket that way, a ½ inch. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working with that right now. Figured that'd be easier to do when the floor's not in yet. So I get that moved, then I'm gonna start with the shock mounts, and then hopefully we can get them doing the floor. So I got the bag mount moved over now, so now it won't rub when it's down. I'm gonna go ahead and start working on shops. Guys, so it's the next weekend. I had to go to work, so I'm gonna see. I think we left off with showing you guys the floor. It's not set in or nothing. I mean, it's just, well, it is set in, but it's not tacked or nothing. Obviously, just held by some clamps. But we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get this out so I can show you what I did underneath, since I forgot to videotape that. I'll just get after it. I got some packages here for it, so we'll get to that. Got all new interior carpet, and then if anyone knows about Lincolns, if you guys are fans of them or anything, to get the new window switches, because obviously all the windows are electronic in this car. So what I did is I went ahead, and there's actually another video on YouTube that I watched, and thanks to that dude, I'll have to give him a shout out. He's pretty cool about that. But these are Porsche 911 window switches. And what people do, right, they take, and this little lip all the way around here, they go ahead, they trim all that off, make it flush, because this box itself is the exact size of the ones in the Lincoln. And then you go ahead and you could take and you trim this off, and you flatten it down. And then if we go over here real quick, find a window switch in here. Yeah, right here. You go ahead and you can just gently break this piece off. It'll break off there pretty easily. You go ahead and you glue that on top of your new switch. And then you get all new window switches. And as you can hear, they actually got a solid click to them, so you can actually feel them when you're going up and down of your window. So we got those in. And then when it comes time for hard lines, I got bulkheads. They're push to lock bulkheads. So you drill a hole And I can, these go right clean through the hole. It's kind of hard to see it. But yeah, I mean, you can kind of assume what I'm talking about there. I got 10 of those. And that's for the hardline setup. So once I get this trunk floor in, I can go ahead and start big brain stuff and figure out how I'm going to do all that hardlining. But right now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull that floor on that trunk. And I think I'm going to put one more cross support in there. But I just wanted to show you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. I'm going to show you everything I did underneath. So I got the sheet up. Now you can kind of see how I did everything here. I mean, shocks, they stay in the factory mounts down there. I just put new ones up top. On the crossbars, which I'm using these for floor structure. So that way, because it's just going to be a smooth sheet, so I need something there to support it from bowing in and bowing out and whatnot. I still got some cleaning up to do, but gas tank, I don't know, it was a weird design, but I built a cradle around it. So the gas tank just sits inside of it. It's just a big square cradle out of an angle iron. And I built these brackets that drop down with, each of them got bolts welded in them. So now I can just pretty much go underneath, jack it up when I have to, if I have to do anything to it, jack it up and then start those bolts, and then I can just tighten it up and it'll put it right back into place. Okay, so I got it all trimmed up, started tacking it in, and I'm working my way up with the curve. I wanted to make sure it's flush back here because this is where, you know, everyone's gonna see. Up there I can do from the little access panel, but I got the trunk lid hinge bracket in here, just kind of a, that's what I initially used to hold down the floor, but it bowed up in the middle. So this little guy right here is a real nice tool to have. It's just a little hydraulic, like ram. So I went ahead and put, you know, a piece of flat, well, I guess you could say rectangle tubing down. It's actually my handle for my tube bender. But I put that down with a block, and then I just kind of firmly pressed down on it, so I ensured that there's this cross base that goes right there. So I pushed it flat up against that, so I know that there's not going to be any bow in the trunk, and then when I go to drill my holes and do my plug welds, it's all going to be mint. So I'm going to go ahead and keep tacking this in, and then we'll start on the sides. Well, I got the trunk floor all tacked in. I'm about to go have lunch with my madre, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to work on getting this part of this floor done, because that's ugly. And I can't just have this, you know, with the factory floor like that. That just doesn't look good. So go ahead, use that. I'm going to have to widen it. And then hopefully we can get something done there with that. Alright, so now that the floor is tacked in, I'm going to go ahead and start working. Went ahead and, well, if I can get it. There we go. Went ahead and cut this fender in half. Got the other half over there on the ground. But before I start cutting anything, I'm going to put a brace between up here in the frame rail, so that way when I cut this, the ass end doesn't sink down because there's nothing really holding it up. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'm going to come back and figure out where I want to put this at. Okay, well, I kind of got everything rough cut. Here's kind of, I guess you could say, the idea of what I'm going for. I gotta let the air out, put the wheel on, and raise the axle all the way up to where it's going to be at fully laid out, to make sure that it's going to clear. But you can kind of get the gist of what I'm doing here. And obviously I got to cut it straight down the center, widen it, and then I got to do all the nice fun fill work that's going to suck. Alright, so at this point I realized that I had lost a bunch of videos. You will now notice that everything from here on out is on the passenger side, and the driver's side has already been done. Alright, so I switched over to my phone. Let me know if my phone shows better quality. Go ahead and cut right here, since this has to be widened. But I'm going to cut right there first, test fit this section, make sure that it'll tuck up in there. So I went ahead, got that split. Then I went over to the other fender, and I went and made this template right here so I can go off of it. And then transfer that to the other side, and then that way I know, because they're both, it's just one fender. It was a trailer fender that I split directly down the center, and so with this template, bring it over here, And on that side, right, just do something like that. I should be able to mimic it. Sorry, this is kind of tricky with the phone, but go ahead and get that done. I think I'm gonna switch between the GoPro and my phone because my phone's kind of a pain in the butt. And that way I can do like time lapses and stuff. It's kind of sucks on the phone. I don't have a tripod for it, but we'll keep at it. Hopefully we can get this all tied up tonight, at least all tacked in would be my goal. So I went ahead and made templates, mimicked it, and put this filler piece in here to widen this out, and copied that because there's some instructions underneath that's gonna have to weld to. So I just gotta finish welding this up and then. Now we'll go ahead, grind them welds down, and then I'll show you a trick how to make it so you can't really tell that it's been welded there. So I lost audio. You can go ahead and see now that I have it test fitted in there. I'm gonna go ahead and make that flat panel for this side and then start working on them filler panels. Well guys, oops. I am sorry, I just noticed that the last clip, I check my clips pretty frequently because I want to make sure all the audio worked in them. Last clip didn't. But I still got my hand movements and gestures or whatever, so I can voice over that part. But I went ahead, got the fender all tacked in there, so you guys see me widen it. I forgot. All right, so the trick is, so I didn't do it really well in this. I was kind of in a rush, but you can see like right there. So after you're done grinding, right, I take my DA. Can't really see it, but DA or palm sander with 80 grit. Go over all your grind marks. I'm gonna eventually do it when I'm completely done here, but like you can see like the crevice right there, I'm gonna fill that, regrind that down so it's all smooth. And then after everything else is grinded, I'm gonna go over everything, probably just go 80, and then I'll probably just go to 240, and then I might just pour 15, clear it. But yeah, last clip I went ahead, got that all welded up, tacked in place. I showed you welding it, widen it, and then so on. And then I went ahead and just mimicked that side and cut this side out. So now it's almost got a full trunk. So I went ahead and made templates for in there, right in here along this side or whatever. Easiest way to do it is kind of, you know, start rough cutting pieces or whatever. I had to tape a piece together because it's kind of tricky. I wanted to make the front first, but just use a nice transparent tape. Like, you know, I mean, it's double layered it now, but when you single layer it, you can see behind it, so you can kind of mark it and then use those to fine up your edges. And then we'll go ahead and transfer this to steel. I got the other side here, the back cut, so I made this one just a little longer, and then I'm gonna stick it in the car and I'm gonna do this final cut right here. But my cut was a little off on this part going up compared to this side. That one kind of tilts back a little bit. Everything else is symmetrical, but it's just that cut I screwed up on, so I'll make that up with that, and then should be, it's technically gonna look the same after it's all ground down, so it don't really matter. But yeah, we'll start with that, get after it. Got both templates cut out, drawn on to my sheet steel. I'm gonna go ahead, cut them. Make sure when you do this, you know, if they're not super similar, yeah, I got it marked drivers, passenger. Mark it in a couple spots too, just in case, like for instance, I'm gonna probably have to cut this in half to fit the pieces of steel in there. So I'll just mark them a couple spots. Okay, well I got both of them in. I accidentally screwed up on this one, and in the back, like I said, I had to cut it in half to make it fit in there because I didn't have enough room to put that big piece in there. But on that back, you can't really see it, but it fucking moved on me when I tacked it, so now I gotta cut it apart and push it back out flat. But I gotta wait for a new bottle of gas to come in because I am running out. We are at just about 250 bottle pressure, so I ain't got much welding to do till that fucker's out. Yeah, so I guess everything's tacked in the trunk. I guess that's pretty much a wrap for this video, man. Again, thanks for watching. subscribe. There's gonna be a bunch of videos on this until this car is done, and then we'll just buy another project. So that's a wrap. Thanks for watching.